Message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We do want to interact with you live on the program, so give us a ring if you'd like. The best way to do that is to comment on our Facebook Live video. We shoot live video here during the program, and you can make comments on there. Otherwise, if you feel like calling into the studio, 303-632-4160. That's 303-632-4160. You want to have some fun?
Always.
Of course you
Always, right? We just talked about how to make sure that we're creating a lifestyle that is worth telling stories. But if you've set yourself up for a budget this year, maybe all the fun that you want to have is a little outside of your budget.
Yep.
My husband and I used to do these events we would do a spending fast.
A spending fast.
You've heard of
I spend fast all the time.
Right. You've heard of fasting, going
like
without.
Going without.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we would do a spending fast. It's when you run out of month before you run out of money,
This
or
is
run
what
out
I've
of
been
money
doing
before you.
wrong all this time.
Right.
I've been spending fast.
You've been spending fast,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And so we run out of money before we run out of month, and we would do these spending fasts in order to stretch out to the end of the month.
I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
We'd have to get super, super creative if we weren't spending any money. Well, I now have to bow down to the master, Michelle McGaugh. She actually decided not to spend any money for an entire year.
Yeah. She wrote a book about this called The No Spend Year: How You Can Spend Less and Live More.
And I've actually read this story, and it's pretty fascinating. In the end, she was able to execute her no spend year. She saved more than $24,000 in the process.
Obviously, she needed to spend on necessities, home, food, utilities, essential toiletries, and things like that.
Yeah.
But for a year, she imposed a self-imposed rule that she couldn't spend items that were unnecessary: vacations, drinks with friends, eating out, tickets to movies, concerts, shows, and plays.
She rode her bike everywhere, so she didn't spend money on gas and cars and insurance and all of that. And so, yes, you still have to spend money. You have to pay your electric bill. You have to pay your mortgage and all of that. But all the extras, just imagine. I mean, think about how much money. Do you ever just get to the end of the month and go, where did it all go? And you don't even realize all the different ways that the money is just flowing out. And so here are some things that you can do to have fun without spending any money, so you can save a little more.
Number one is probably top on your list, always has been ever since you had children.
Well, it's reading, but not what you're thinking, though, Eric. It's not books. Mm-mm.
It's not books.
It isn't. Although that's a great and productive way to stay entertained.
What do you read if you don't read
Go to your
books?
local library and use the resources there.
Right.
But what she's recommending is reading your local paper, other local publications online and off, because they have community calendars with a list of events that are happening in your area. Everything from concerts to food festivals, lectures, and more. And look for the keyword free.
Yeah.
Right? They may not necessarily be what you would have picked, if you were spending money, or what you normally would have picked. But she says, step outside your comfort zone and try something new that you might not ever tried before.
I see what she's doing there. Here's another one that you can do. Again, we're talking about how to have fun without breaking the bank or, in fact, spending any money at all. Host a movie night.
Right? Have people come to you. Make it a potluck where everybody brings a dish or a snack to share. You can make a day of it and settle in for a marathon, because there's all sorts of, 1, 2, and 3 series, right? Mm-hmm. Movies, if movies aren't your thing, you can make it a game night. Whatever it is, a free activity hosted in your home. Friends bring the food and the drinks.
Right.
Zero money spent.
Lots
of fun had.
Yeah,
you could even do that.
By all.
You could do that, kind of do a quarterly where you switch around and do it at different friends' homes and really build up relationships that way.
Love that.
Go outside, grab your bike, go for a ride, go for a walk.
Today here in Denver, this is going to be painful for those of you who are listening on the East Coast or pretty much anywhere else in the country. It's 67 degrees.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It is really gorgeous. But I mean, when you think about being outside, how energizing that is just for the soul. You're soaking up vitamin D.
You bet.
You're reducing stress. You're improving your mood. It's all for free.
Yep.
Go to the beach if you've got one. Go to the mountains. Go to a lake. Whatever.
Outside.
Just go outside.
How about this? Volunteer. if you want to have some fun, volunteer for a local charity. It's good for your soul and your wallet, right? And according to a 2009 study by social psychologist Jorge A. Barraza, he says when people are empathetic, that is, they're giving of their time to others, 47% more oxytocin, that's the feel-good hormone, is released into the brain.
47%.
47%. There's a study.
Wow. When people are empathetic.
Right.
Interesting. That is interesting.
All right.
More ways to have fun without spending any money.
Shiver me timbers.
Search for treasure.
Arr.
What is that? Geocaching. Geocaching, right? Where you have an app on your phone and you get the coordinates and you go off and look for treasure and then bury something else. She also recommends yard sales in your area. Even what was that? What was that Poke app that used to be?
Oh, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Where you go out and search for Pokemon and just go out for a little treasure hunt. She says at yard sales, even if you're not interested in buying something, search for anything that looks curious. She says take it home and research it online, and you never know when an antique could be worth more than you bought it for. And if nothing else, you're enriching your mind. Although the whole idea of going antique shopping, to me, kind of defeats the whole purpose of not spending any money. But
it probably does.
But you could make your money back, and so I could see that.
You don't have to buy it. You could take pictures of it and go research it.
Oh, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
And then hit yourself over the head when you didn't buy it and it was worth something.
And now it's gone.
And somebody's got it for $25.
Yeah.
Or 25 cents. How about this one? Learn. Cities with museums tend to have free general admission or free museum days. How about the zoo? You could go to the anything that you can learn. Yeah, something.
Our arts and cultural district puts out a calendar, and probably in your area as well. Free days that the museums put together, the Botanic Gardens, all of that. They have their free days. The Denver Zoo.
And your friends, especially the women folk, tend to think you are more cultured if you go to the museum.
If you're going to the museum. And
or the Botanic Gardens.
It's pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
Right? And so if you haven't been for a while and you're looking for an excuse and you're looking for a way not to spend any money, do a little research. And that was kind of the first thing is find those free days that are happening. Most cities in their art and cultural districts have and host them. I know when my kids were little, we used to do things that were free for preschoolers, where preschoolers were free. And so we could go as families and go and do really fun things.
And when in doubt, finally, just go explore. Head out to your city's downtown or city center and just walk around. Maybe you're going to run into a free event or some captivating wall art, maybe a perfect photo op for your Instagram. You never know, but there are lots and lots of things to do. There's no excuse for not having a ton of fun.
And I think that so often we think, okay, I don't have plans and I don't have money, so we just stay in.
No. You're defeating the purpose. Unless what you're doing when you're staying in is more fun than what you did when you went out. And only you and the good Lord above will know. We'll be back with more positive business talk right after these messages. Angel Tussey and Eric Kramer hanging out with you, helping you build your brand right here on the radio.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.